Okay. A class has 20 boys and 30 girls. The average age of boys is 10 years. Okay. And that of girls is 20, 12. What is the average age of whole class? Question is very simple. Just try to understand what is given and what is asked. And as I have told you, don't just directly jump into the formula whenever you get these kind of questions. Just try to analyze using a graphical representation. Okay, I'll just tell you how you can draw a graphical representation. You see, there is a class, and there are boys and girls in the class, and they are saying that these are boys and these are girls. Okay, there are 20 boys and 30 girls. Okay, and the average age of boys is what? Average age is given, that is 10, 11, right? Average age is how much? 11 for boys, and for girls it is 12. So if you want to find the average of whole class, average of whole class, they have asked you to find the average of whole class. What is the formula? Average of whole class is equal to sum of whole class, sum of ages of whole class divided by total number of students. Total number of students. Right. Now try to solve this question. How will you find the total sum of whole class? Total sum of ages of whole class. You are given average, okay, and you are given the number of students. I'll just give you a hint. You try to observe this part. You try to observe this part. This one. Average age of boys. Average age of boys is equal to what? Sum of ages of boys divided by number of boys. This is the formula for average age of boys. But if you look at this part, they have given us the average. We have got 20 as the average, 11 as the average, right? We have got 11 as average, and sum of the ages of boys. Sum of the ages of boys, we don't know. This sum we do not know, so we leave it like that only. But the number of boys is given, that is 20. So what will be sum equal to? Sum will be equal to, just observe this part, number of boys into average. So this will be equal to what? Number of boys is how much? 20 into what is the average of the age? 11. So sum of the ages of boys is equal to 220. You got it. Now we want the total sum of the age of all the students. But now I have got for boys. So I have got boys, write it down, 220, 220 plus. You need to find what is the total sum of ages of girls. Now you have find boys, and now you need to find the girls. So you can use the same formula. Sum is equal to average into number of students. So has anyone got the answer of this question? Average into number of students. So average is equal to how much for girls? It is 12 into number of students is how much? 30. So this will be equal to 360. So the total sum you have found out here and total sum you have found out here. So that comes out to be 360. And here you need to have total number of students. What is total number of students? There are 20 boys and 30 girls. Can you tell me what is the total number of students in the class? Okay, I have got a answer. Meghna has given 11.6. I think the answer is correct. This is 20 plus 30. So how much it would be? 580 divided by 50. So 0 0 cancel out. So 5 ones are again 5 ones are. You are left with 3 here. So 5 6 are 30. So it is 11.6 years. So the answer is 11.6 years, and yes, it is correct, Meghana. And all others, you also need to solve these questions. Okay. I have seen her practicing, and I think so she is able to solve. But you need to understand this question. Okay. Now, this is a second type of question. You may have these kind of questions also, and they are actually very simple. But try to understand. Now, let's imagine before explaining the question, let me tell you that there are two students. I'm giving a very simple example. There are two students, and the ratio of those two students, ratio of their ages is, let it be 3 and 4. Okay, their ages ratio is given, and you know what is the ratio? It is now 3 is to 4 can be written as 3 divided by 4. Now if you imagine that age of this person, these two students are A and B, age of this A is 3 times something, age of this B is 4 times something, and that something should be same for these both values. Now if the age of A is 12, then the age of this B will be how much? 16. Because when you take the ratio 12 divided by 16, 4 3 is a 4 4 is a, you should get 3 is to 4. If the age of this person A is 30, then what will be the age of this B? It will be 40, because when you take the ratio 30 and 40, you should get 3 is to 4. I hope you understood the ratio concept. They have actually combined the concept of ratio and the average in this question. So you will get the combo questions like this, combination of different concepts. Okay. Now, if you have understood this concept, we'll try to solve this one. Okay. Now, you see here, when the age was 30 and 40, you must be able to see the common value that is multiplied to both of these values, 3 and 4. What is the common value that is multiplied to both of them? If the age is 30 and 40, what is the common value multiplied to both of them? Just try to answer me. Put it in the comment section. Actually, I can see comment. Yes. Actually, 10, Prajwal says it is 10. Actually, 10 is multiplied for both 3 and 4, and so it has become 30 and 40. So this is the common value. In the same way, each value will be multiplied by some common value. I'll call it as x. Whenever you are given ratio, just remember that there will be some common value multiplied to all of them, and you need to find that value. Now let's read the question. The average age of three boys is 16 years. They have given the average of three boys. Let's imagine that A, B, C. There are three boys A, B, C, and their average is 16 years. if their ages are in the ratio, they have given the ratio, they have not given the actual ages. So let me imagine that the age of this a is 4x. I don't know what is that multiplied by this particular value. Recently we have seen here the common value multiplied to both of this is 4. In this question common value multiplied is 4, but here the common value multiplied I do not know, so just try to write it as x. And the age of b is 5x, age of c is 7x. So now I know the ages of all the three students or three boys. Now I just try to find the average of these three people. How will you find the average? Average of first person plus average of second person plus average of third person divided by 3, because there are three boys and so you'll be dividing it by 3 and they have given what is the average. So that is what? It is 16. Fine. Now what you will do is you will just try to solve this equation for x, and that is simple. See, writing this equation is very important. As soon as you write this equation, work is finished. You just need to solve this equation. Now just try to keep this 4x, 5x, 7x here. This is equal to 16 into 3. If you want you can multiply and keep, but I'll you can make the question simple by keeping it like this only. Now just add this x. Each value is having x as its variable, so you can add it. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. So it is 16x is equal to 16 into 3. Then I hope you should know now the what is value of x. So 16 16 get cancelled. If you want you can send this 16 this side, it will be divided by and that will be cancelled. So whatever I am doing, that will be fine. And so x will be equal to what? 3. Now can you tell me what is the age of youngest boy? I have got value of x. You should tell me what is the age of youngest boy. Yes, Prajwal says it is 12, and I think 12 is the correct answer, because now you have found the value of x. Just substitute value of x here. So what is the age of this a now? It is 12. What is the age of this b? 5 into 3, 15. Age of this c is 21. In this way you can actually find the value of each of the ages. So the question is simple, just you need to analyze this question. Okay, now I'll try to give you another question of the same kind. Just try to solve it because practice is required. Now I am giving average as 20. Okay, and then you need to find, and I am giving the ratio of two boys. I'll give you a simple question. Okay, a ratio of ages of two boys, that is 6 and 4. 6 is to 4. So find the ages of each of the student. Find age of each student. This is A and this is of B. You need to find what is age of A and what is age of B. I know the average of both of them is 20. You need to find individual ages. So what is the individual age of A and B? Okay, just try to give you some hint. Since they have given the ratio, as I told you, whenever they give ratio, consider that this is 6x and this is 4x. Okay, and find the average. How will you find the average? For finding average, you will add the ages divided by total number of students. This will be equal to how much? Already it is given in the question. This is equal to 20. Now try to find the value of x. So the age is 6 and 4. Is it 6 and 4? You see, whenever you get age no, try to find the average of that. 6 and 4 divided by 2. What is average here? I am getting 5. But the average itself is how much? 20. So 6 and 4 cannot be your answers. You try to find the value of x here. How will you find the value of x? Do the same thing. 6x plus 4x is equal to 20 into 2. So this will be 6x plus 4x is equal to 40. So 10 into x is equal to 40. This implies value of x as what? What is the value of x here? Value of x is what? Yes, value of x is 4. This and this get cancelled. Value of x is 4. Now try to substitute value of x in the ratios. So 6 into 4, age of the first student will be 6 into 4, that is equal to 24, and for B the age will be 4 into 4 because 4 into x. So this will be equal to 16. Now you see, now you check whether you have got correct answer or not. What was there in the question? It was said that the average is 20. Now you have got these two values. Try to find what is the average. 24 plus 16 divided by 2. As I have told you, we can find the middle value to give the average. You can see it is 20 plus 4, it is 20 minus 4. So obviously the average is 20. That's why our answer is correct. Yes, our answer is 24 and 16. I hope you got this question. It is simple. You need to practice these questions. Okay, once you learn this, you practice it, you will be able to retain or reproduce the solutions of such similar questions in the future. Okay, now we'll try to see another question. Yeah, you see this question. This is a bit confusing, I think. The average of six numbers is 30. They are giving average of six numbers. They have not told what are those numbers. Don't worry about that. If the average of first four numbers is 25 and the last three numbers is 35, then what is the fourth number? You will get these kind of questions in the exams. Let me make you imagine this particular scenario. Okay, there are six numbers. There are six numbers and the average of these six numbers is how much? 30. So what this will give you? There are six numbers and average is 30. Actually this information will give you total sum of six numbers. How will you find the sum of these six numbers? As I have told you, sum is equal to average into number of items. So what is average here? 30 into 6. So what is the answer? 80. So when I add all these six numbers, I am getting a information about these numbers that it is going to be 180. They are not given explicitly in the question, but you can find out this part. If they give you average and the number of students, number of items, you can find what is the total sum, right? Now try to read the next sentence. If the average of first four numbers, these are the first four numbers, and they have given average of these four numbers as 25. There are four numbers and the average is 25. Can you calculate the average now? Can you calculate sum of these four numbers? Sum of these four numbers. Can you calculate? How will you find the sum? Sum is equal to again average into number of items. So average is equal to how much? 25 into number of items is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4. So sum is equal to 100. Now you see, I have got some of these numbers as 100 and some of these numbers as 180. Can you find out what is sum of these two numbers? Can you find out what is sum of these two numbers? It is 180 minus 100. So this will be equal to 80. Now I know what is the value of these two values from these two, but I don't know what is individual value. It can be any combination that is making 80. Okay. Now read the third part. Now second part is giving information about this and this. Read the third part. Last three is 35. Means about these numbers they are telling. About these three numbers they are telling that the average of these three numbers is how much? 35. So what is the total sum of this? 35 average into number of items 3. So this will be equal to 105. Now try to understand the whole scenario. What they have done is they have given the total sum. First thing is total sum. Then second sum first four parts. And the third is last three elements sum. When I add these both, first four items and the last three items, when I add them, I am getting 100 plus 105. This will be equal to 205. But I can observe one thing here. This particular element is added two times, right? This element is added two times. So what is our duty? Our duty is to remove it once. Then I will get 180. So if you find the difference between 205 and 180, actually this will be your answer. Because you are actually adding this extra times. So it is like you are adding all the six numbers once plus you are adding fourth number once again. So there are six numbers plus the fourth number that is giving you 205. Now to find out this number, you can just subtract this both and you are going to get 25 as answer. And the answer of this is 25. Question is bit confusing, but it is very simple. Just try to understand which average is given and which one you need to find out. Okay, and I'll just try to send you some of the examples of these types. So whichever I have solved, three type of questions I have solved already. I have given questions of this type, this one. Just try to solve those five questions, and today I'll give you around three questions of this type, and then I'll give you three questions of this type. Okay, so that you will be perfect in this. And if you have got any doubts, you can ask me. And just try to take this one as homework. Okay, this is also very simple. Just take a screenshot of this and try to solve this later.